Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to Wisdom Dropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. Today, we are talking all about the question that came in for my astrology Q&A series, which is, Tanya, I have a partner or a soulmate figure in my life, but their chart doesn't necessarily line up with my chart, and the indicators in my chart of spiritual soulmate connection. What do I do? Are they just totally not my soulmate? What's going on? So this is a great question, and one that people get confused about all the time. Oftentimes in astrology, you hear simplified statements like, I'm an Aries, therefore I'm going to get along with Libras, right? Something so simplifying like that. When in actuality, there are so many indicators in a chart that can tell you whether or not you are compatible with somebody and whether or not you're going to have long-term success in that partnership. And any good astrologer will tell you of more than one factor, such as, well, it's your 7th house, therefore you're going to get along with them, like in the Aries Libra example. So if you say you have an Aries ascendant, automatically you're going to attract more Libran energy into your life, for sure. But say your long-term partner is, I don't know, a Leo, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Well, first off, there's compatibility there because there's a fire element going on, like, oh yeah, we fire, we get each other, so it's a fire tribe thing. But before I even get into the nuts and bolts of that, these are some things I'm going to do you a favor, friend, and list out for you that you want to look at before I even get to the major caveat, which is starting with the list. You want to look at the 7th house. What's going on in the 7th house? What is the sign of the 7th house? And what is the planetary ruler of the 7th house? So if the 7th house, say you're a Capricorn rising, the 7th house is going to be Cancer, okay? By whole house system, the moon rules Cancer as a sign. So what is the moon doing in the chart? Say you're an Aries ascendant, like I gave earlier, Libra is going to be the partner. The ruling planet of Libra is what? Venus. So what is Venus doing in the chart? Your partner, if they don't line up with that sign, they're gonna line up with that planet if they're somebody who's meant to be long-term partner in your life. Now already I have a caveat, and that's the 7th house. You could be on your 2nd lifelong partnership, and we're supposed to be looking at your 9th house. We're not even supposed to be that deep up in your 7th house. If you've been married and divorced once already, go to your 9th house. Skip ahead, jump 2, because that's going to tell us about your 2nd marriage. The 11th house will tell us about your 3rd marriage or lifelong partnership kind of scenario. So I hope that makes sense. But other things you want to look at are things like asteroids that people don't often look at in astrology. Things like calculated points, like the vertex point, okay? So the asteroid Juno, I did a whole video on this, you can go back and watch. But the asteroid Juno is symbolic of one's ideal lifelong spiritual soulmate partner. And it might not be that, you know, say your Juno's in Sagittarius, okay? It might not be that that person is a Sagittarius sun, ascendant, or moon. But what is going to be there in your lifelong partner is Sagittarian-like themes, Sagittarian-like vibes, energy of the Sagittarius. Why do I say that? Because that's what it is. They don't have to be a sun, moon, or ascendant, or have a planet there even, but they better be funny, free-spirited, a traveler, somebody who's interested in other cultures, somebody who has like a real thirst and zest for freedom, zest for life, is abundant and generous in their vibe. And they very well might have something going on really strong with Jupiter in their chart. Why do I say that? Because Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius. So fear not, friend. I'm just gonna like get to the point. If your partner is your partner, then they're your partner. And you should by all means seek astrological downloads to like check that relationship, if you will, because, you know, that's healthy, and I encourage people to do that just to see what karmic indicators are there, if nothing else. But this is a complex thing, okay? That's my summary, and I'm going to keep it simple for you. It's a very complex situation to look at 2 different charts because there's so many factors, okay? But the point that I'm giving you, that I want you to take away, the juice of this video, is that just because your partner's sun, moon, or ascendant doesn't line up with a prominent placement in your chart that indicates your soulmate and who you're meant to be with, do not fret. That does not mean that the relationship is doomed to fail. That does not mean it's not written in the stars, because you might just not know enough astrologically, or you might not be talking to an astrologer who really knows enough astrologically to tell you whether or not that is a solid union. There are so many factors that we look at, the health and the dignity of the planets involved, etc. But I'm keeping this video short for you. I want to know if you need any clarifying after this video. I want to know if this was clear. Thank you so much for writing in this question, and to continue this astrology Q&A, make sure you send me another question. And before you click off, are you subscribed yet? Because you should be subscribed. Why should you be subscribed, you say? Great question. Because I put out daily astrological and wisdom drop content here on this platform. So subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications, hit the like button, give me some love, and put me a comment down below. Ask me an astrology question so I can feature you and your question on the next Q&A. With that said, may the stars be with you, and thank you for the support. Peace.